Good morning, friends. Yesterday we had discussed career options for law graduates. In that session, to briefly recapitulate, we had discussed what are the options for a law graduate in private sector as well as government sector. Today we are going to discuss career options in judiciary. During the course of discussion, we shall clear what are the various levels of hierarchy in Indian judiciary, what are the modes of recruitment, elevation and induction of various judges in the system, and thirdly, I would like to cover the trajectory of a person who is recruited as civil judge junior division through direct recruitment by the examination conducted by the high courts in various states. To begin with, we start with Supreme Court. Supreme Court of India is the highest court in the country. It is headed by Chief Justice of India. The judges in this court are inducted through a system of collegium. The Chief Justices and judges of high courts are eligible for consideration for appointment as judges in the Supreme Court. Collegium comprises of the Chief Justice of India and the senior most four other judges. They make recommendations. Government considered the recommendation and the accepted recommendations are referred to President of India, who appoints judges to the top court. The system of removal of judges of Supreme Court is very complex. It is through the process of impeachment on the proven misconduct. Now, the judgments and orders passed by Supreme Court are binding throughout the country as prescribed in Article 142 of the Constitution. The second level in the hierarchy of courts is that of high courts. There are almost high courts in all the states. However, there are some high courts which cover jurisdiction in more than one state, like Bombay High Court covers Goa, Punjab and Haryana High Court covers Punjab and Haryana both. The judges of High Court are appointed through two methods. One, by promotion of the officers, judicial officers at the level of district and session judge, and secondly, by elevation of the eligible advocates. The process of removal of judges is the same as is for the judges of Supreme Court. The jurisdiction of the high courts covers almost same jurisdiction as is that of Supreme Court in Article 32. High courts enjoy this discretion under the Article 226 and 227 of the Constitution. However, their territorial jurisdiction covers only the state in which they are located. Or now the next, in the regular hierarchy of courts, there are tribunals, there are other courts which I will refer to separately. In the regular hierarchy of courts, next level is district and session judge. District and session judge is a post which covers both civil and criminal side of the courts. The appointment to the post of district and session judge is through three methods. 65% of the posts are filled up by promotion of judicial officers from the level of civil judge senior division. 10% of the posts are filled up by a limited departmental competitive examination where comparatively younger civil judges eligible for competing in the examination get accelerated promotion as compared to their counterparts. Thirdly, 25% of the posts at the level of district and session judge are filled up by appointment of eligible and meritorious advocates from the bench. The appointment is made by the respective high courts. The next level in the hierarchy is that of civil judge senior division. The civil judges senior division are recruited by promotion from the level of junior division judges. The civil judges in junior division who have put in 5 years of regular service in the grade are promoted and appointed as civil judge senior division. When posted on criminal side, the judicial officers are known as magistrates, chief magistrates, and district and session judges. In the junior division, that is the lowest level of hierarchy in the normal courts, the recruitment to the post of judges in junior division is 100% by direct recruitment. It is seen from the history that there are 24 high courts which are conducting their separate examination for recruitment to the post of civil judge junior division in their respective states. Though the pattern of examination and syllabus differ from courts to courts, by and large, this examination is a 3-tier examination. Firstly, there are preliminary examination conducted by these high courts. The basic purpose of these examinations are to eliminate the less serious candidates. This is a sort of screening examination where the candidates who really deserve to be considered are selected for participation in the main recruitment examination. The preliminary examination consists of 200 MCQ questions from amongst the 4 sections: 1. General knowledge, 2. General English, 3. Logical ability, 4. Legal analysis. There is a provision of 0.25 marks deduction if somebody marks a wrong choice. There are candidates who ask me from time to time, what is the age limit? So friends, the lower age limit for participation in this examination is 22 years and upper age is 32 years. There is a relaxation of 5 years in favor of candidates belonging to SC and ST communities. There is a relaxation of 10 years for the candidates belonging to disability quota. This apart, there are other relaxation from state to state which are ordinary in nature. Once the examination is this candidates also ask what is the number of chances, number of attempts which a candidate can take for appearing in the examination. So candidates for appearing in this examination are allowed 6 attempts. 6 attempts. Vacancies differ from year to year. Usually the number of vacancies per year per High Court is around 50. This year Delhi High Court is going to announce 75 vacancies. The examination is likely to be notified very shortly. Candidates in North India generally appear for the examinations conducted by Punjab and Haryana High Court, Delhi High Court, High Court of Rajasthan, Allahabad High Court for Uttar Pradesh, and also for Madhya Pradesh. The syllabus of these examinations is almost identical. Now friends, coming to mainstream examination, I go back to the preliminary examination. In preliminary examination, what are the topics which are covered in law is generally Constitution of India, Civil Procedure Code, Criminal Procedure Code, Evidence Act, and some portions of commercial law like Contract Act, then Limitation Act and Specific Relief Act. In the main examination, the scheme of examination is like that. There is a score of 850 marks, out of which one paper is on essay and language. Essay and general knowledge paper is for 150 marks. In this paper, the knowledge of candidate, general knowledge of candidate is tested, and his expression, the way one expresses oneself and what kind of ideas he is having on a subject, which is reflected in his essay question. Second paper is of language, that carries 100 marks. Mostly this paper covers translation skill of the candidate, translation from Hindi to English and English to Hindi. Then there are 3 law papers: Civil Law 1, Civil Law 2 and Criminal Law. These are 3 papers of 200 marks each. The Criminal Law paper covers Criminal Procedure Code, Indian Penal Code and Indian Evidence Act. Civil Law 1 paper covers Contract Act, Sale of Goods Act, Partnership Act, Hindu Law, Muslim Law, Specific Relief Act, Rent Act. The Civil Law paper 2 covers Civil Procedure Code, Limitation Act, Consumer Act and Evidence Act. There are minor variations in the syllabus of various high courts in different states. After a candidate qualifies, then there is a provision for interview, viva voce. The candidates selected in viva voce, then they are included in the final panel. Result is published. Character and antecedents of the candidates are verified by the High Court. and then they are given appointments. The appointed candidates join the Judicial Academy of the state concerned. There they are imparted training, practical training, how to conduct hearing, how to take evidence, how to record evidence, how to evaluate evidence, how to write judgment, how to dictate orders, what are their powers, how to read precedents, how to read precedents in the High Court judgments, how to read precedents in the Supreme Court judgments. The, the judicial officers with the academic bent of mind are posted in the academy and they teach practical aspects of the judicial system to the new recruits. Now, the new recruits ask question about their career progression, about the trajectory of their career. The judicial officers join as civil judge junior division. That is the first court. Then, if they are posted on criminal side, they are called magistrates. After 5 years of service in the grade, they become eligible for appointment to the senior civil judge, senior division. Although the time period prescribed is 5 years, in some of the high courts, it takes 12 to 13 years for a judge of junior division to be promoted to the senior division. The judges of senior division are promoted to the level of additional session judge. The additional session judges are promoted as district judge, district and session judge. When they are posted on criminal side, they hold the post of session court, otherwise they are heading the civil court as district judges. There are more or less, their pay scale are comparable to group A posts in the central government or state government. The junior division judges are just like IAS or IPS officers in junior time scale. By the time they reach district and session judge, they are equal to the secretary to a state or joint secretary to government of India in central government. Some people ask what are the positive and negative points for joining judiciary. On positive side, joining judiciary is a very prestigious post socially. They are getting good salaries, good places of posting, because courts are not there in villages. At least most of the courts are at district level towns. In certain states, they are at the block level or tehsil level also. There two more additions are there in the hierarchy. Below the level of junior division, they are called one, small causes court. Number two, they are called munsif courts. Munsif courts. So the junior division munsif courts, all of them are having original jurisdiction. The senior division and district and session judges, they have original jurisdiction as well as appellate jurisdiction from the judgment and order passed by the lower court. Now friends, this is the normal hierarchy of the judicial system in the country. But they judges recruited to the junior division, they can aspire for various posts in the judicial system. Now, there is a term tribunal which has all the trappings of a court. There are tribunals where members and presiding officers are equal in rank and pay to that of Supreme Court judges or High Court judges. Briefly, I would mention some of the important tribunals on which after promotion, after becoming eligible, the judicial officers recruited through this examination, which I explained, and appointed to junior division are eligible for consideration for appointment. Central Administrative Tribunal and State Administrative Tribunal. These tribunals were created in the year 1986 to deal with the matters relating to recruitment and conditions of service. The setup is like that. There is a chairman, Central Administrative Tribunal. There are member judicial and member administrative. The presiding officer of the Central Administrative Tribunal is called chairman. He can be a serving or retired judge of High Court. The judicial members are those members who are either eligible for appointment as a judge of High Court. If they are in service, the officers of Ministry of Law who have worked as secretary to Government of India or additional secretary to Government of India for 3 years, they are eligible for appointment as judicial members. Some of the advocates are also eligible for appointment as judicial members. Now friends, there are posts of administrative members which I will not discuss in detail. They are officers of the rank of Secretary to Government of India or Additional Secretary to Government of India with 3 years of service who are eligible for appointment as administrative members. Next tribunal is Income Tax Appellate Tribunal. Similarly, the presiding officer there are serving or retired judges of Supreme Court or High Courts. The judicial members are officers of the rank of High Court or those who are eligible for appointment as members of High Court. The accounts member are either from Indian Revenue Service or the chartered accountants. Parallel to this are tribunals relating to excise, customs, service tax and GST. There also the eligibility condition on judicial side are the same. On the administrative side, it is officers of Indian Revenue Service or the chartered accountants. Next tribunal in the hierarchy is a Railway Claim Tribunal. There also the appointments are on similar pattern. What we are discussing, friend, is what are the career options for a judicial officer appointed as civil judge junior division. Civil judge as junior division. So these are the career options. Apart from this, there are courts like CBI court. CBI courts are separate. Eligible officers can go there on deputation. In army also, there are army courts. In army courts, generally, officers of Indian Army with legal background, they get these posts on promotion. But sometimes there is shortage of eligible officers, then the vacancies are circulated for being filled up from amongst the civilians. Those who are eligible, they can apply for it, and selected officers are appointed as judges in army. These are the avenues which I have discussed on national level. At international level also, the eligible officers can aspire for appointment to International Court of Justice at Hague. There are some UN posts, international posts. There also the judicial officers can aspire for elevation from time to time. Some of the candidates they ask questions that once we retire, then what are the options available to the judicial officers recruited as civil judge junior division? Well, friends, it depends on at which level do you retire. Here I would like to mention a very important point, that the officers who are recruited at the youngest age with the highest rank can aspire for quick promotions. Those who are recruited at a comparatively older age and lower rank, most of them retire at the level of additional district and session judge or district session judge. The meritorious candidates with good ranks and young age, they reach up to the High Court. It is a very strange system. If you are a High Court judge, you will retire at the age of 62. But at the age of 61 plus, if you are selected for appointment as a Supreme Court judge, you remain there up to the age of 65. Those who retire as ADJ or High Court judges, generally they start legal practice. There is no bar against the legal practice, excepting that those who retire from a particular High Court, they have to do practice in some other High Court. Those who are retiring from Supreme Court, they have a lot many slots where they can be considered for appointment. Somebody retiring as a Chief Justice of India can be appointed as a chairperson of the National Human Rights Commission. Other judges are eligible for appointment as chairman, Press Council of India, chairpersons of the National River Dispute Tribunals, National River Dispute Tribunal. Some of the judges are given short-term assignment for heading some committee or commission to give a report in 3 months, 6 months, so on and so forth. Friends, you must have heard of a term which is called registrar. In all the high courts there is a post of registrar. In Supreme Court there is a post of registrar general, additional registrar general. In tribunals also there are registrars. The judicial officers of junior division are eligible for appointment to the posts of registrar, either when the post is included in the cadre posts, then in the same High Court, or they can apply for deputation in other courts. So friends, in this half an hour lecture, I have tried to cover what you are expected to know at this stage of the career. If there are any queries, please do feel free to write a mail to me. I will try to reply the same as soon as possible, and in any case within a period of 48 hours you can expect. Thank you very much.